presenting SportsBeat. Drives, Hank.
Yeah, what a great sports weekend. The Aggies knock off 12th-ranked Nevada, the NFL Combine, Major League Soccer's back, and state champions crowned in high school hoops. But let's start with the Utah Jazz and an epic comeback last night against the Milwaukee Bucks, the team with the best record in the NBA, in Salt Lake City last night. Behind 44 points from the Greek Freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and the Bucks built a 17-point lead in the fourth quarter with 9 minutes left, but the Jazz didn't give up. They were relentless, and it was their sophomore star who led the charge. Donovan Mitchell was brilliant. Here's Giannis knocking down a three. Again, attacking the Jazz defense. They built a huge lead. Now here comes Donovan. This dunk brought life back into the crowd. He scored 7 straight to cut the lead to single digits. Kyle Korver made just 2 shots in the game, but this was a big one, cutting the Bucks lead to 4. Derek Favors was incredible. More on him in a moment. He had some key offensive rebounds and buckets in the rally. But Donovan was just simply special. It wasn't just the scoring. That pass was just pure sorcery. Jay Crowder gives the Jazz the lead. Everyone getting involved. Joe Ingles had 14 points, 8 assists. And Donovan just kept scoring, refusing to lose. In the fourth quarter alone, Donovan had 19 points. He was 7 of 10 shooting in that quarter, 3 for 3 from 3, a career-high 46 points. He led the Jazz from 17 down in the fourth to win, and it's their 4th straight victory.
We put ourselves in a position where, you know, some guys made some plays. Donovan, you know, offensively was able to get to the rim. His reads late, you know, just taking what they gave him was terrific.
I think, you know, the biggest thing for me is just, you know, staying calm, not getting too high, understanding. Because we got a game on Monday.
I felt like we got a couple more pushes to see if we can knock the door down and get back in this game before the thing ended. But I just think we just wanted to give our best effort moving forward and try to cut this lead down a little bit.
We knew we had probably a toughest stretch of the year, and you know, we took it one game at a time, and you know, 3 big wins, and now we just want to keep getting better.
It felt like we were playing OKC in Game 6 again. That's why I started smiling. That's probably why I missed the free throws, but they were incredible, man, and they were the best fans in the league for a reason, you know, and they showed out tonight.
Brought me back to the first time I was here. We just felt like if we were within 10 points in the fourth quarter, like we were going to win because the crowd was just so amazing.
What Donovan did was incredible, but how about Derek Favors? With Rudy struggling, he was given an opportunity for more minutes, and he took advantage, dunking all over the Bucks in the first half. This might be the best of his career.
Again, the pick and roll. Oh!
Yeah, Donovan has some work to do to top that for Jazz Dunk of the Year. Derek finished with 23 points, 18 rebounds, 3 blocks. 5 of his boards were offensive. He was 10 of 12 shooting, and he was plus 29 in 32 minutes on the floor. Plus 29! He was especially good during that fourth quarter rally.
I just wanted to bring some energy, try to make, you know, a good play just to get the crowd into it, get the game, get my teammates into it, and you know, it worked out.
Derek Favors, beyond outstanding effort tonight. Just, you know, for a guy that he doesn't start the second half, and that made sense the way the game went. It also made sense the way he played, that we rode him.
I'm just happy for him. You know, I think you know, it's not always easy, you know, playing behind me, and you know, sometimes you want to finish the games, and usually he doesn't. And playing the way he plays, whether it's in Denver or here tonight, you know, it's just unbelievable, and it shows, you know, how much of a professional he is.
Fave was just an animal. He went into like Hulk mode. He was a beast, and man, just a lot of different guys stepped up and made plays.
You know, it just felt good just to be able to do that again.
We continue to follow the race for the NBA single-season dunk record. Rudy and Giannis went head-to-head on Saturday, and the battle was, well, one-sided. The Greek Freak put Rudy on a poster. It was not Rudy's best performance, and he was honest about it after the game.
You know, and I missed 7 free throws. I just wasn't good tonight. You know, and props to coach for putting me on the bench and bringing Damian Favors, who had a great game.
All right, Sunday action in the association. Damian Lillard and the Blazers visiting Charlotte. Dame was great as always. 4 of 10 from 3. He scored 23 points, knocking down threes. Blazers had a nice lead, and they added former Jazz player Rodney Hood at the trade deadline, and Rodney's playing well for them. Wow, he was on fire from 30 feet. Hood scored a game-high 27 points, all of them in the second half. He scored 20 of the Blazers' 22 points during one stretch. Blazers temporarily passed the Thunder for third in the West. What is wrong with the Boston Celtics? They've lost 5 of their last 6, 7 of their last 10. The Rockets led by as much as 28 points. Clint Capella looks healthy. He slammed one down. And then James Harden had 42 points, the 24th time this season he scored 40 or more in a game. The Rockets now a game and a half ahead of the Jazz for 5th in the West. Gordon Hayward had just 6 points and 18 minutes off the bench in the loss. Clippers hanging on to a playoff spot in the West, just 2.5 games back to the Jazz after destroying the lowly Knicks. Landry Shamet was 7 of 11 from 3. 7 threes, 21 points. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander not playing like a rookie. He had 15, including that pretty layup. The Clippers keeping pace in the West standings. Let's check in on the Thunder hosting DeLon Wright and the Memphis Grizzlies, the former Utah All-American, starting in place of the injured Mike Conley. And he made the most of his minutes. He scored 17 points, 15 of them in the first half. The Grizzlies led most of the game until it mattered most, which is the end. With Paul George sitting out with injury, Russell Westbrook wills his team to victory. First, the 3 to tie it. And that crowd's going nuts. And then the jumper to give the Thunder the lead. And once they had the lead, they weren't giving it up. 22 points for Russ. They survived what would have been a very bad loss. Let's update the Western Conference standings. The Thunder move back into a tie for third, but the Blazers, as I said, Rockets now a game and a half up on the Jazz, and the Jazz need to look out for the Clippers. The Jazz have got to keep winning games. They'll have a chance to do that Monday night when the Pelicans are in town. Anthony Davis is questionable for that game. It'll give us a chance to see former Lone Peak star Frank Jackson. What a night it was last night in Logan. Remember when the Aggies were picked to finish 9th in the Mountain West before the season? Sounds silly now. Look at them. In first place, 1 win away from a conference title after beating 12th-ranked Nevada, their first win over a ranked team in 12 years.
They're the defending Mountain West champs. There is nothing that they don't have.
Go out and play as hard as we can and as tough as we can and make it a dogfight. We like our odds when it gets like that.
But at the end of the day, we just got to play Aggie basketball.
Sam Merrill on the right wing. Sam picks up his dribble to Ketta. Ketta's got a good look, throws down the dunk. Ketta. Ketta's got it. Ketta kicks it all the way back to Bean. Back to Merrill for 3. Yes! Sam Merrill on a 6-0 run. Aggies on an 8-0 run. Timeout, Nevada.
Kind of relax when I pulled back and, you know, just take the shot. You think if it's a good shot, just take it with confidence. And I think the whole team kind of did that today.
A heavyweight fight, it's not always how many punches you can throw, it's how many you can take and keep getting up.
Coach told us that we'd have opportunities to take charges against these guys. We made a lot of good defensive plays down the stretch.
Utah State has beat Nevada. 12th-ranked Wolfpack goes down in Logan.
It was, I don't know what's the feeling of passing out, but I was very close to it.
They had a little moment of gratitude for everyone that's helped us get almost back to where we want to be. You know, it's a pretty humbling moment.
Wow, goosebumps. That's incredible. All right. The magic is back at the Spectrum. That crowd was awesome, wasn't it? All right, here's the Mountain West standings before we move on. The Utah State Aggies now 14-3, a half game ahead of Nevada. Utah State can clinch a share of the Mountain West title with a win at Colorado State on Tuesday night. As you saw, fans rushed the court after the win. It was a wild scene. A lot of crazy stuff going on there, but things also got crazy in the tunnel by the locker rooms. If you haven't seen this yet, not seen here, but Nevada player Jordan Caroline punched the glass in a fire extinguisher in anger, and he was heard screaming. The video you see right now is a law enforcement officer getting involved with members of the Nevada coaching staff. Coaches were shouting obscenities at the officer, upset about how they handled the situation. We still don't know for sure why Caroline was so angry and why the coaching staff was so angry. We have no idea what was going on. The Mountain West is investigating, and they are expected to release a statement on this crazy incident on Monday.
I mean, obviously I always worry about safety, but at the same time, like, it's college athletics, and you know, you've been on both sides of that, where you lose a tough game and they're storming the court, and to me, it's always been like, you know what, you're college students and doing all that stuff. Obviously, you never want anyone to get hurt. It's just, I think it's part of storming the court. I mean, I just think that's kind of part of the, you know, the deal.
If us Florida boys could come up here and win one in the snow, we'd have something to talk about.
Weather ice the rise Saturday for the Stallions battle with Steve Spurrier's Orlando Apollos, but it was the Stallions offense that went it cold again. That and much more coming up next.
You're watching SportsBeat. The Murdoch Automotive No Regrets play of the game.
All right, for soccer in our play of the game, bicycle kick for a goal by Mario Balotelli is one thing, but then he takes it to another level during the celebration. He grabs a mobile phone, logs into Instagram, and goes live as he and his Marseille teammates celebrate the goal. How cool is that? I have never seen a live celebration on Instagram before. All right, we broke down the crazy comeback against the Bucks, but that wasn't the only highlight of the week for the Utah Jazz. Big wins over the Clippers and Nuggets in Denver. What Jazz fan wouldn't want to relive those victories? Let's rewind.
It's a three, and it's good! Mitchell knocks down a big-time three. Here comes Favors. It's a Corver open triple, and right down the hatch it goes. It's Ingles dropping one to Favors in the corner. Corver three, good! He's done it again! High screen by Gobert, three, Mitchell, good! Right between the eyes! Donovan Mitchell! Mitchell with the move. Through traffic, into the hole. Whoa! Scooping it up for two. Donovan Mitchell. Millsap, triple. 1-2, Mitchell. Good! Donovan Mitchell. It's a drive by Harris. And it's up inside with the rejection by Gobert. should. They can review this.
Looked like it was a good block here by Gobert.
Joe to Favors.
Again, the pick and roll.
Here's Donovan. Stop and pop. Rainbows it up. Good shot. Utah.
And Donovan saying, let's go. It's time.
Donovan drives. Hangs. Oh! The trap! That man is Superman. Corbett sets his feet. Fires a three. Got it! Got it! Works the lob. Favors the catch and the bucket. Face fouled. It'll be at the line. Three ball up. Yes! Got it! 106 to 102. Connaughton gives him space. He'll take the three. Rainbows it up. Oh, my goodness! This kid is Superman!
What a week for the Jazz. They're back in action against the Pelicans on Monday night. All right, soccer's back. The Major League Soccer season is now underway. Real Salt Lake enters the season with high expectations after the run to the Western Conference semifinals last year. They opened the season Saturday in Houston, taking on the Dynamo. Nick Romano starting his 20th and final season. He announced this week he will retire at the end of the season. RSL was in position to steal 3 points on the road. Albert Rusnak scores in the 40th minute. Now we go to the 62nd minute, the Dynamo equalizer. Mauro Manotas, he scores. RSL would have to settle for a point on the road. The home opener this Saturday at 4 p.m. against the Vancouver Whitecaps. You can watch it on the KSL app. All right, Sunday action in Major League Soccer. Defending Cup champ Atlanta United favored to repeat as champs, but in the opener, DC United rained on their parade. Paul Arriola scores just before the half. 58th minute, Luciano Acosta. He scores. What a goal. DC United weathers the storm for the win. Sporting KC and LAFC, RSL's playoff opponents from last year. They go head-to-head in the season opener. Christian Namath puts his team on the board in the 16th minute. Down 1-0 in the second half. LAFC equalizes. Diego Rossi in the 47th. Tied in extra time. How's this for drama? Adama Diomande. Game winner. In stoppage, LAFC comes from behind to shock Sporting. All right, Dennis Erickson and Steve Spurrier are both legendary coaches. Both won national championships in college football. Both coached in the NFL. But they have never coached against each other until last night in the Alliance. The old ball coach in snowy Salt Lake City, his undefeated Orlando Apollos taking on Dennis Erickson's Stallions. It was 6-3 at the half. Weather causing problems. Orlando, the first to find the end zone, Garrett Gilbert. To Dante Dye Jr., Orlando was up 14-3. The Stallions respond with a score. Joel Buono, what a run on the ice. He's got skates. 14-yard touchdown. The Stallions would then convert the two-point conversion. Josh Woodrum to Terrell Newby. And the Stallions are back within 3. Orlando, though, answers right back with an 8-play, 75-yard drive capped off by an Akeem Hunt touchdown. What a run. The Stallions fall at home, now 1-3 on the season. They're at San Diego on Saturday, 6 p.m. Mountain on NFL Network.
Well, it's the first time I've ever spent a little time in Utah, but this is beautiful country, I can say that. And glad to get out of here with a win, because chances are I may never coach here again. So, but who knows? We may be here next year. Heck, who knows?
Hey, we look back next on what many consider to be the greatest high school basketball game ever played in the state of Utah, a shot that is still talked about 30 years later. The Archives next, and state championship hoops. 6 titles to hand out. For the Archive this week, we turn back the clock 30 years. The 2A state championship game that year featured Sean Bradley and Emory versus Ryan Cuff and Richfield, 2 of the best high school basketball players in state history. But as KSL sports reporter Steve Cyphers shows us, it was someone else who made the game-winning shot, a play that is still talked about to this day.
The opening bucket by Richfield's Troy Brown set the standard. It would be a game of great shots. For Emory, Chris Wilson was hot, hitting for a trio of threes, but the Cats' Ryan Cuff scored from all over the court. He held a clinic with 20 points in the first 2 quarters. Sean Bradley, the Emory superstar, looked tense and tight with only 7 points at the break.
I was very nervous. Before the game, I was throwing up and everything. I was super nervous. I had the jitters really, really bad.
While he scored 10 of his team's 15 third-quarter points, dominating inside, Cuff didn't get a point in the period, and Emory led by 5 going into the final quarter. But Cuff and the Cats came back. Clint Henry cut it to 2. Then Cuff, who finished with 43 points, hit the jumper that tied the game. At 73 apiece, it went to overtime. Emory and Richfield, Bradley and Cuff duked it out for 3 more minutes. The Spartans led by 4 here, but with 30 seconds left, Cuff tied it up. With 6 seconds left, it looked like a 3rd straight state title. An Emory offensive foul put Troy Brown on the line. He would hit them both to give Richfield an 83-81 lead, but Emory didn't call time. They got the ball to Gordon, the guy with 5 3-pointers in regulation.
As soon as it left my hand, it looked perfect, man. I didn't know it was going to glass, but it looked good. So, heck, I was just praying it was go in. I about died when Steven took the 35, 40-footer. Down there at the end, I was going, oh, please, let us win. I watched the ball go, I'm going, yeah, it went in.
All right, that's pretty cool. So 30 years later, Ryan Cuff is now the head basketball coach at American Fork High School, trying to lead the Cavemen to their first state title in 40 years. To do so, they would have to beat their rival Matt Van Komen in Pleasant Grove in the 6A state championship game. It all went down Saturday night. Pleasant Grove won the first 2 meetings in region play. Pleasant Grove led early. Kavika Akina sets up Matt Van Komen for the dunk. But Van Komen was held to just 6 points. The Cavemen shot well from 3. Oregon-bound Isaac Johnson with 3 of his 10 points. AF led by 4 at the half. Second half, the Cavemen keep hitting threes. Trey Stewart, 3 of his 18 points. That opened things up inside. Stewart finding open teammates with passes. Tanner Cuff, 2 of his 18 points. He also had 8 rebounds. Finally, AF figures out Pleasant Grove, and this time it's for a state championship, their first state title since 1979.
It's hard to beat a team 3 times. This is our year, 40 years, and it's worth it.
History matters, and know that there's a lot of people that have come through, this community, and that these kids could feel that we were standing on their shoulders, and they were helping us through this journey that we had this year.
5A state championship, Corner Canyon and Jordan. It was a 1-point game at halftime, but the Corner Canyon Chargers outscore Jordan 21-10 in the third. Gabe Toombs with 2 of his 14 points. Dyson Kohler had a tremendous season for Jordan. Beat the Chargers twice on buzzer beaters in region play. He had 13 in the state championship game. Had a great block there against Hayden Welling, but watch Welling not give up on the play, battles for the rebound and scores. Let's go to the fourth quarter. Toombs to Welling, who had a game-high 29 points and 15 rebounds. The Corner Canyon students chanting, "I believe that we have won." They did indeed. The Chargers, after knocking off defending champ Olympus in the semifinals, avenge earlier losses to Jordan to claim their first state title.
We made it to the semis my first year, finals last year, and got beat by a great Olympus team, and got back this year, so it's been a process, and it's just been a great journey. Those were the memories were made is getting to here. It feels great. I mean, I'm excited to finally get here. I mean, it's team effort, and I'm just so blessed to be able to be here. We had the right guys to do it, and we got it done.
4A boys championship in Cedar City, Skyview and Bear River. Skyview's Mason Falls with a great Euro step. He had 17 points. Bear River did a great job guarding him, and they also shot lights out in the first half. Kelton Summers for 3. He had 4 threes in the game. Ren Faunasbeck, Barry's 1. He made 3 of them, 17 points. As a team, they made 11. Wyatt Roholt drives and scores and won. The Bears led by 2 at the half, but Bear River had no answer for Sam Phipps. Great passes set him up for slam dunk. Skyview has played above the rim all season. They did so against Bear River. Phipps and the Bobcats flexing their muscle. A 4 seed makes a run to the 4A state championship, another title for Skyview.
You know, it's unreal. Anything's possible, baby. Let's go! We're best friends off and on the court. I wouldn't want to win it with any other team. I'm so thankful for them. They make me a better player, a better person. I love them.
4A girls state championship. Cedar trying to complete an undefeated season, taking on Ridgeline. This is Cedar's Macy Torgerson, and 1. Ridgeline's Haley Livingston, and 1. She led the Riverhawks with 18. Logan Law's a great pass to Denham Henkel for the bucket for Cedar City. And then more from Torgerson. She was outstanding. She led Cedar with 18 points. They win the first state title in program history and complete a perfect 26-0 season.
Honestly, it's one of like the best feelings in the entire world to have a team like this and coaches like we have. We practiced hard, we worked hard, and we deserve this so much. And I'm so proud of everybody on this team. State champs, Redmond forever.
1A Boys State Championship, Tabiona in purple, Panguitch in white. Tabiona's Hayes Giles was on the mark from 3. Dakota Young with a nifty drive and score. He had 12 points. Giles is going to knock down another 3. 18 points, 13 rebounds for Giles, 3 trays. Down 16, Panguitch tries to rally in the 4th. AC Orton with 2 of his 19 also had 10 boards, but it wasn't enough. Tabiona is state champs. Nice pass, their first state title since 1999.
Tigers won, Tabiona Tigers, 20 years. Last time we won the state championship was 20 years ago. I was only 40 then, but I'm 60 now, and it's still as sweet at 40 as it is 60.
We're 1A state champions today, and I believe we worked so hard to get here. Our team has just worked our butts off to get here. Our coaches are great, our team's the best, and our fans are the best. Our parents support us every day, and we just did it. Everyone on the team had a role today, and we just shut Panguitch down and got the job done.
They're still partying in Tabby. 1A Girls Championship, it goes to the Panguitch Bobcats. Matea Barney had 12 points and 7 rebounds. Carly Air added 11 points. They held off a late rally to claim the title. Back-to-back state champs, their 13th state title overall.
We worked really hard to get here, and I'm just so proud of my team, and it's been really fun. These are my best friends, and I wouldn't want to do it with anyone else, and it's just been so fun, and I'm so excited and happy to be able to do this with my best friends.
Hey, this guy looks familiar, playing a key role in an Aggie victory. It's the Great Clips, and he's in them next.
Great Clips of the Week.
Raiders, back to Dwayne. Shoots. No, he couldn't get it off. Now fires it up. Bank it in. It counts. It counts. The Heat win the game.
Are you kidding me? Dwayne Wade turning back the clock this week, knocking down a game-winning 3 at the buzzer to beat the Warriors off one leg. Oh, the NBA is going to miss him after this season. The NBA will also miss Dirk Nowitzki. He calls it a career after this year. How cool was this? Doc Rivers stopping the game to give him respect.
Doc is on the mic, giving it up for Dirk. Wow. I've never seen this before.
One of the greatest of all time. How cool is that? You don't see that very often. Dirk getting emotional. Awesome. Okay, Grayson Allen getting playing time in the G League. He did this with the Salt Lake City Stars this week, showing the athleticism that convinced the Jazz he was the right pick. Grayson Allen's a freak. He can dunk. All right, high school basketball state tournament 6A. This is Dallin Hall of Fremont putting the Lone Peak defender on skates. Hall led Fremont to the 6A semifinals. One more look. Terrific player. He had a terrific season. Just came up short in the semifinals. Look who's back in the spectrum. An all-time great had to return for the Nevada game. It's former Aggie superfan Wild Bill. Although now he looks like he spent the past 5 years living with a Tibetan monk. Reached enlightenment and triumphantly returned to the spectrum just in time to deliver the magic back before the Nevada game. Glad he showed up. All right, the Red Rocks were awesome in their final home meet of the season. They posted their highest score of the season and beat number 9 Michigan. Kari Lee, McKenna Merrill Giles, and Michaela Skinner were awesome on the vault. 9.925, 9.95, and 9.95, respectively. All right. Spring football starts on Monday. Cougars and Utes are at it. We'll have all the details at 10.